In 1994, a movie came along about a man of low intelligence who happens to hit a few lucky breaks, weaving himself in and out of the timeline of American history and into the hearts of millions of moviegoers. That man was Forrest Gump. For the month of February, I'll be focusing episode topics on historical and pop culture references in the movie. Ones you may have missed when watching the film because of the overwhelming emotion attached to every scene, or ones you may only be familiar with on the surface. In this episode, we'll talk about the $45 drawing that was meant to boost morale in a company and how that design became so ubiquitous it's seen all over the world, including on our phones in the form of emojis. I'm your host, Emily Prokop, and this is the story behind the smiley face. But first, a quick message. Do you have any superstitions you believe in? Come on, it doesn't have to be as obvious as not walking under a ladder or not stepping on a crack. It could be as harmless as growing a playoff beard or being a little more cautious on Friday the 13th. I'll be working on an upcoming series for March, and I'd love to hear your stories. Record a clip letting me know your superstitions, and if you're a podcaster, be sure to include the name of your show. You can email them to thestorybehindpod@gmail.com. And also forward this podcast to 10 of your friends, or bad luck will befall you. Just kidding. Or am I?
Another time I was running along, somebody who had lost all his money in the t-shirt business. He wanted to put my face on a t-shirt, but he couldn't draw that well, and he didn't have a camera.
Here, use this one. Nobody likes that color anyway.
Have a nice day. Well, some years later, I found out that man did come up with an idea for a t-shirt. He made a lot of money off of it.
In 1963, Harvey Ross Ball, a graphic designer who worked at the State Mutual Life Assurance Company, came up with the iconic smiley face when he was tasked with coming up with a morale booster for the insurance company he worked for in Worcester, Massachusetts. It took him all of 10 minutes to create the smiley face, which originally began as just a smile, but as an afterthought, he added the eyes so it couldn't be turned into a frown. He was given $45 for his work. Sounds like a dream, right? $45 for only 10 minutes of work? But that would be about all the money Ball would receive for the design in the long run. Soon the smiley face was adorning posters, buttons, and signs, but neither Ball nor State Mutual Life trademarked the design. And soon it attracted Bernard and Murray Spain, owners of 2 Hallmark stores. It was the Spain brothers who added the catchphrase, "Have a happy day," later changed to "Have a nice day," and copyrighted the design. America wasn't the only place the smiley face was seen. In France, 1972, Franklin Loufrani began using the symbol in the publication François to mark good news. He trademarked what he called the smiley and began marketing transfers for t-shirts in more than 100 countries. The Smiley Company is run by his son, Nicholas, and is one of the top licensing companies in the world. You can imagine, with the smiley face popping up all over the world at this point, the claim to be the originator has been fought over several times. The Spain brothers acknowledge Ball's original design. However, if they were credited as the inventors, they weren't quick to correct anyone. And Nicholas Loufrani has argued that the design is so simple, there could be no proof as to who the originator was. He even referred to cave carvings of smiley faces dating as far back as 2500 BC on the company website. But that didn't stop the Smiley Company from trying to trademark the symbol in 1997. Can you guess which company tried to stop them? Walmart. Walmart had been using the smiley face as part of the company's branding since 1996. The case was settled out of court, but not before both companies lost a lot of legal fees, not to mention 10 years embroiled in this dispute. The vague origins of the smiley face was probably what led writers of Forrest Gump to incorporate the little nod to the popularity of the logo into the movie. But a year before it came out, a Seattle man named David Stern ran for mayor, claiming in campaign ads that he was the inventor of the smiley face. The local newspaper, the Seattle Post-Intelligencer, was able to call his bluff, though. He lost the election regardless. It seemed the smiley face was everywhere, and to Harvey Ball, it had lost all meaning. In 1999, Ball created the World Smile Corporation and World Smile Day, held on the first Friday in October to raise money for the Harvey Ball World Smile Foundation, which supports grassroots charities and various children's causes. Ball died at the age of 79 in 2001, and the company he created the smiley face for, now called Worcester Mutual Fire Insurance, still uses his smiley face design on their promotional materials. Though the smiley face popularity waned only a few years after its inception, it's still a popular symbol, especially with the use of emojis, and for those who don't remember a time before that, my generation had to send smiley faces to our friends on AOL Instant Messenger using the colon key and the closed parentheses. Information for this episode was sourced from SmithsonianMag.com, SmileyCompany.com, Smiley.com, Legacy.com, and more links which can be found in the show notes at thestorybehindpodcast.com. Follow on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at StoryBehindPod, or subscribe on your favorite podcast app so you'll never miss an episode. Thanks for listening.